What's up, guys? I hope you're having a wonderful evening so far. I had a blast at my first ever football game that I went to tonight. Although they did not win, I did have a great time. And thanks to Miss Dawn Orlando, she does treat us so well. Um, we had such a blast. So I just wanted to say, go Bulldogs. That's what I've learned tonight. Oh, they also told you what was it? Oh, no, what was it? They spelled rowdy. You know how to spell rowdy. I don't know the sing songy way they did. Anyways, my hope is that tonight's stream is going to work a little bit better. I've changed a few things around, but I need to get a trigger warning. Tonight's report that we're going to be watching is upsetting, especially if you have issues with DV or A. Please take yourself first if that is the case. No worries. We can see you next time. I see that if I'm getting 50 frames, I'm going to ignore it for a minute. Just get started. We'll see how we can do from there. Okay, well, hopefully audio works a little bit better. Elon is bitch, you know that. So frustrated with this computer today and all the days, to be honest. But we persevere because that's what we do.
Okay, I see we have counsel for petitioner, we have petitioner, respondent, and an interpreter. Is anyone else that's going to be appearing today?
Your Honor, my assistant or my intern that's working with my office would like to observe.
Okay,
So she may come in.
okay. And but she's not logged on now.
She is probably in the waiting room, Judge.
Okay, yeah, court has no objection to that.
Thank you, Judge.
All right, to both parties, I'm Judge Foxworth. This is DeKalb Superior Court, and purpose of the hearing today is to determine whether or not the ex parte protective order that was entered previously will be extended or continued for a period of up to 12 months. If an order is entered, the respondent will be required to attend the Family Violence Intervention Program. That is not optional. It is mandatory in all of our cases. So that is one thing that will occur. Sir, I understand that this case was continued once before so that you could obtain counsel, but you've not done so. So we're going to go forward today.
Can I say something?
About what?
I had such a hard time finding a lawyer in Georgia. As you know, I'm in the state of Texas.
I don't know where you are, sir.
Yes, but I had so much difficulty finding a lawyer, and I came across Jeffy Family Law, but he was not available today. So I humbly
Okay, I see we have counsel for petitioner, we have petitioner, respondent, and an interpreter. Is there anyone else that's going to be appearing today?
Your Honor, my assistant or my intern that's working with my office would like to observe.
Okay,
So she may come in.
okay. And but she's not logged on now.
She is probably in the waiting room, Judge.
Okay, yeah. Court has no objection to that.
Thank you, Judge.
All right, to both parties, I'm Judge Foxworth. This is DeKalb Superior Court, and purpose of the hearing today is to determine whether or not the ex parte protective order that was entered previously will be extended or continued for a period of up to 12 months. If an order is entered, the respondent will be required to attend the Family Violence Intervention Program. That is not optional. It is mandatory in all of our cases. So that is one thing that will occur. Sir, I understand that this case was continued once before so that you could obtain counsel, but you've not done so. So we're going to go forward today.
Can I say something?
About what?
I had such a hard time finding a lawyer in Georgia. As you know, I'm in the state of Texas.
I don't know where you are, sir.
Yes, but I had so much difficulty finding a lawyer, and I came across Jeffy Family Law, but he was not available today. So I humbly request you, if you can please give me continuance until next court date. I will really appreciate that.
Have you already paid money and retained this lawyer?
Yesterday he sent me a payment link, but I had something was going on with this system, so the payment could not accept. So he asked me to get the continuance until the next court date. And I have one more request from you. If you can please give me enough time to collect all the evidence, that could be beneficial for me in this case. So I would really appreciate that, please.
The parties are currently married. Is that correct?
Yes.
They're currently going through an annulment procedure, Judge.
Okay. But until that's done, they're still. Technically legally married, correct? All right. Sir, you were given a continuance. The law requires us to have these hearings within 30 days of the date in which the ex parte or temporary order was issued. So we're going forward with the hearing. You've not retained an attorney at this point. If you had retained one, that attorney, all they had to do was file a conflict letter if they were unavailable, and it would have been continued without problem. But we are going forward with it. We have the interpreter that has been requested, as I understand, primarily for document interpretation. Is that what I understand? That both parties actually speak English?
Yes, Judge. There is one exhibit that we will be proffering today that is an audio recording that is in Hindi. So the interpreter would really just be here for that limited purpose. And there's one question that's going to come up. Your Honor, these parties, I unfortunately am not counsel on the annulment. I'm not sure which judge they appeared before, but they, the respondent in this case was violating the protective order in court a couple of days ago by cursing my client out in Hindi. And so we also just had the interpreter here. That case was continued to be in person. Because of that, the judge in that case instructed the respondent to stop speaking with my client directly. He was doing that in front of the judge. And so they've actually now continued that case to be in person. And so the interpreter is here also in case there are any outbursts like that.
And that way, if that were to occur, then the judge can immediately incarcerate anyone who has outbursts in the courtroom.
Exactly.
And
Can I speak, please?
About what?
Could you, Miss Aisha or Miss Namisha, can you please let the judge know what did I say to her? Well, what was the word that I used that you think that it was cursing?
Okay. I'm not rehashing something that happened in another court.
Okay. No, I just like
That's not going to happen, sir. I'm just telling you, if we have any outbursts
Okay.
in this courtroom, then I can at least order the sheriff to detain you the next time you're here.
Okay.
So I do not expect to have any outbursts by anyone. We're going to handle all of this in a quiet and civil fashion.
Okay.
And I want to emphasize, I know that the petition that was filed in this case had a very lengthy attachment, much of which gave maybe the history of the parties and how they got to where they are now. I do not need a lot of history. That could be summed up in about 3 minutes, perhaps. And if the parties will get to the heart of the matter as far as only the allegations of violence, harassment, et cetera, that may have been alleged in the petition, that is all we can hear. I cannot hear anything that's not included in the petition, but I want to try and condense whatever's in the petition to the major points. Counsel, I know she filed this pro se, so I'm assuming that you know what to condense and what's important for this court to hear.
Yes.
For due process, we can't bring up anything else that may have occurred between the parties if it's not in the petition, and that is for the protection of the respondent who is here only to defend against what has been alleged.
Absolutely.
That's all he has notice of. So, all right. Let's see. Petitioner has the burden of proof, so you may go ahead and proceed.
Wonderful, Judge.
I'm sorry, but it's not fair for you it's not really fair on my end that you are giving her the 12 months or whatever, because all
Sir,
yes.
have you heard me say I'm giving anybody a 12-month order?
Okay.
I told you what the purpose of the hearing was.
Okay.
I may or may not issue it. I do not know what the facts are going to be or what the petitioner is able to prove. What I said is the petitioner has the burden of proof.
Mm-hmm.
If they do not meet that burden of proof by a preponderance of the evidence, then I cannot grant the order. If they meet that burden, I will grant the order. Do you understand?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right. Don't interrupt again, please.
Okay.
All right. Go ahead, Ms. Robin.
Yes, Your Honor. I'd like to present my client, Ms. Namisha Lalani, as the first witness in this case. Ms. Lalani, can you raise your right hand? Do you swear or affirm that the testimony that you're about to give is the whole truth and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
It's the whole truth.
Wonderful.
You may need to get a little closer to your microphone. We can barely hear you.
Yes, it is the whole truth.
Okay, that's a little better. Yes, thank you.
Okay. Now you are Namisha Lalani, is that correct?
Yes.
And you are in a relationship with Mr. Atiq Savani, is that correct?
Yes.
And you have filed a petition for a protective order through this court, is that correct?
Yes.
Okay. We are, as the judge said, there's a lot that has happened in this case, and we're really going to limit your testimony to the reason why you filed this protective order. So I'm going to ask you some questions about that. Can you please tell the court why you filed for this protective order?
There are several incidences. He threatened me to kill. He threatened me to kidnap. And then he told me that he will upload all my nude photos, videos, and our sex tape on the internet, and he will send it to people, which he did in the month of March, April, and May.
Okay. So I'm going to break down everything that you said into individual things. So you first said that Mr. Savani has threatened to kill you. Is
Yes,
that
by grabbing my neck on 22nd March. I couldn't breathe.
So he choked you on March 22nd. Is that correct?
Yes.
Okay. Now he also has posted pictures of you dead. Is that correct?
Yes.
Okay. Your Honor, I'm referring, I don't know if you want us to share screen or do you want
if you will just, I apologize for not mentioning this since I'm live hearings, but if you have any documents, pictures, evidence, whatever, filed with the court, if you'll please identify what you wish the court to see, and Ms. Broom from Superior Court will pull that up.
Okay, wonderful. I'm looking at Exhibit 1, what is labeled as Lalani Exhibit 1. Pulled up, Ms. Lalani. Just to go ahead and move forward while that's being put up on the screen. Can you are familiar with a picture that was posted on Instagram with as you as a dead person? Is that correct?
Yes.
Okay. Can you tell the court, describe that picture for the court?
I was dead. I had a graveyard, and on the graveyard I had my name, Namisha Salim Lalani, and as a gold digger, and there was a stick on my inappropriate place, and I was dead. And he uploaded that from his own Instagram account.
Okay. And how did that picture make you feel?
I was threatened. I thought I'm not safe anywhere. This man will just come and kill me. I will die. He will kill me.
So it actually shows a photo of you in a grave.
Yes.
Okay.
I'm sorry, I do apologize. You said it's labeled Exhibit 1.
Lalani Exhibit.
Okay, hopefully this is gonna work. Can you hear me? Maybe a little bit. We are working on it. Yeah, TPO granted, Jonathan, right? And Colin, great question. We are going to see the picture that this gentleman did. So once again, guys, there's a trigger warning for this video. Please, 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 please take care of yourselves first. This is a case that contains allegations of sexual assault, domestic violence, and just general douchery. So please take care of yourself first. Thank you for putting up with me as I sort out this shit. And I hope it's working a little bit better. This will be the last time I attempt to do this video. If we don't get through it, I'm not going to do it again because I don't know why it doesn't work. But anyways, hoping that you can hear me. If it's a little bit clear, is it clear? Not clear? It's clear. I like to hear that. I'll pop my beautiful face up on the screen here in a moment. If that's the case, then I would just like to point out that the problem was the television that I was using as my second monitor, which has never been a problem before. So that's weird to me. An HDMI. I don't have any cleavage, but I'm going to get changed really shortly here, Lisa, and I will have some cleavage. And I'll fix my lighting, and I need to get a drink and a few other things. So, but like I said, this is a trigger warning. This is a case that we have watched before on the old channel, but I think it's worth a revisit. I spent a lot of time editing my commentary out of this video because I, for some reason, lost the source video. So it is going to be a little bit choppy, and there are some places where you're going to hear KCC 1.0 because some of the stuff was good. No, I'm not playing any audio on the court at this moment, Jonathan, so you shouldn't hear it. But I'm going to play. Oh, no audio on the court. I see what's happened. Yeah, okay, I'll go back a few minutes. I understand what's happened.
Me. I will die. He will kill me.
So it actually shows a photo of you in a grave.
Yes.
Okay.
I'm sorry, I do apologize. You said it's labeled Exhibit 1.
Lalani Exhibit 1. Yes, ma'am. If it's easier, I'm happy to share screen. I have all the exhibits in order on my end. There's a couple of it's a couple pages long, the PDF,
Okay.
but they're all labeled as Lalani Exhibit 1.
Okay, I see one that's labeled exhibit 1 through 100.
I meant it. This guy is no Richard Harrison when it comes to images. This guy is a
Just
I think it's that one, Ms. Brown. I'm looking at it too, 1
Okay.
through 100. I don't think it's that one. Because it would have
Okay.
been the first page.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. That's nothing on the front.
These are the emails that I sent yesterday. My client, when she
Yesterday.
pro se,
Okay.
she had sent many emails to the court, and as
Okay.
the judge
Okay, so you sent it yesterday. Let me go to yesterday.
yes.
Are you going to use any of the exhibits that were filed back in May?
No.
Okay, I see it. I think this will be it, Judge. One moment. Thank you, Ms. George.
Yes, that's it. Thank you so much. Is that the photo that you are referring to, Namisha?
Yes, ma'am.
And is Namisha _Lalani_Salim_Atiq, is that your husband's account?
Yes, it is.
And is that a photo that you took as a screenshot on your phone?
Yes, ma'am.
And are you the only person that has control over your phone?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. If you don't mind scrolling to the
Lisa Figalicious. You haven't missed much. We've really just gotten into this barely. I will explain a little bit. This is a TPO hearing. It's being held in the state of Georgia, and the petitioner is the woman, and the respondent is the man. He asked for another extension. He had one extension first, and he got that extension, and now he doesn't. He wanted another one because he didn't get a lawyer, but the judge said no. This guy is literally one of the biggest douches I've ever seen on any court case ever. But he's also really shitty at Photoshop. So let's all just make fun of him. I'm gonna make this as big as I can so we can just make fun of his absolutely atrocious Photoshop skills. Because it's just like sad, to be honest with you. It's not a good scene. Here, I'm trying to make it bigger. It looks like it was like The Sims or something. Like, it's such a bad Photoshop or photo, whatever that he did to this. But you can see here that is a grave and nobody's dead. That's the first thing, is nobody's dead. And they are actually trying to get an annulment. The woman is, and also a TPO. And so I am just baffled and perplexed as to why the TV had anything to do with this, but I'm glad that it's working now. If you guys are just getting here, please go ahead and clock in for your shift, hit that like button. This case, like I said, comes with a trigger warning. This guy's a douche, and he is just a fucking douche. So, like I said, let's get going. I appreciate each and every one of you. I think I gotta defrost an Uncrustable here. I'm getting Uncrustable hungry. Georgia is a state. You need bed sleep time. Good night, Colin. Have a great night. Thank you for coming. You guys know how to check out Colin. You already know he has a channel.
yes, exactly. Page 3. Okay, this is another photo that we are proffering as Plaintiff's Exhibit 1. What is this a picture of, Miss Lalani?
This is a scar on my hand which he gave me
Okay,
after my engagement in January. So engagement happened on 22nd January, and after 3 days, around 25th January, he grabbed my hand with his nails inside and he scratched me very deeply. And he threw me and he went, saying that he was looking at my old messages on my phone, which was 2 years, 3 years back, which was the normal chat with the men. And he just reacted on that, that I don't want to be with me. He doesn't want to be with me, and he threw me and he left. And then after that, he came back begging and saying, sorry, please, I won't do this again.
Okay. And that scar, you still have that today.
I still have.
Okay. So almost 6 months later, that's a scar that you still have from that incident that happened in January. Now, you've also testified, and I'm looking at Plaintiff's Exhibit 2, Ms. Broom, just so you have it. You've also testified that he has threatened beyond actually physically hurting you. So he has choked you, he has scratched you. He also has verbally threatened to hurt you. Is that correct?
Yes.
Okay. There is a text message, if you can pull up Plaintiff's Lalani Exhibit 2.
Is that one you sent in on yesterday?
Yes,
As
all of
well?
the ones that I will be referring to are sent yesterday. They're just in a couple of emails because of the size of the files.
Well, let me ask too, that Lalani Exhibit 1 looked like a multi-page document or multi-page.
Yeah.
You only use the first and third pictures, is that correct?
Correct, Judge. So they're just repeats of the same. The second page and the fourth page are just
Okay.
it's Judge, and we are proffering that as Plaintiff's Exhibit 1.
All right, any objections, sir?
Yes, I have an objection.
What is the objection? The legal
Uh,
objection?
The purpose of putting that picture was not to threaten her. Otherwise,
Okay, I didn't ask, sorry, I didn't ask for commentary.
okay.
I'm asking, is there a legal reason that I need to keep it out?
She promised to get married on the March 25th. It's a community religious marriage that we were supposed to do. She took $75,000 worth of items, clothing.
Sir,
Yes.
you haven't even been sworn in. None of this is acceptable.
Okay, so what
Purpose
response do I need to give you? I'm a little confused here.
Okay, well,
I have an objection with their evidence.
I know you have an objection to what the meaning of the documents are, but that's not a legal objection. Do you have an objection to the form or to the presentation of the evidence as far as the legal manner in which it was presented to the court,
Yes.
whether you agree with it or not?
Yes, I have an objection.
And what is that?
That all this I mean, that they provided the photo that they provided, it was posted by me, but the scar, it's not given by me. That's not true.
All right.
I never choked her. I never.
All right, sir, be quiet, please.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, you have not been sworn. You're testifying out of turn.
That's the other thing. I don't know why it was stuck on that before, but we're gonna see things from the old channel pop. That's just the way it is. So, I couldn't cut all of these out because they were over top of it. So this is back when I was monetized and people could super chat.
Okay.
That's not allowed. Okay.
So can I swear now?
The items are admitted over objection. Proceed.
Thank you, Judge.
Okay, you want me to go to
Correct.
number 2?
Yes, please.
Okay.
Just for efficiency, really quickly, Ms. Lalani, before this 312, whose phone number is that?
It's Atik Savani's.
Okay, and this is a message that was received by you on your phone, is that correct?
Yes.
Okay, if you can scroll down to the second text message here. Nope, then I'm sorry, to the next page. Name of messages. A little bit more. Okay, here we go. This last message that's on the page right now, can you read that out for the court?
Because now that I don't love you, I would break your arm and give it in your other arm.
Okay, so when you say that he has threatened to hurt you, is that one of the instances that you are referring to?
Yes.
And when did you receive this message? Do you recall? Pardon me?
In May, in the month of May.
May of 2023.
Yes.
Okay. Your Honor, I would like to proffer that as Plaintiff's Exhibit 2.
All right, any objections, sir? Any legal objection?
Yes.
What is your legal objection? Not your commentary on the facts.
See, this is why I need to hire a lawyer, because the thing
Well,
is
this
that
is why perhaps you should have hired one, but
I
you were
did,
given
but it was a short amount of time, and
Okay.
I live in instead of Texas, and I called like hundreds of lawyers, and it was not
Okay.
possible. Nobody will return my call except few, and then it was and the person who I was thinking of hiring, for this case was not available today.
Okay.
So I do have an objection, of course, but I don't want to say something wrong and then it goes against me. That's why I request you to please give me another court date. So
No,
that
sir, sir, I explained, the law requires us to have these hearings within 30 days. I don't know what date you were served with the petition and the ex parte order, but you have had since that date. I realize it's difficult because of geography.
but it hasn't been.
There-
Oh, sorry.
There are 45,000 lawyers in the state of Georgia now, unfortunately. That's a lot of lawyers, but there's a lot of them. I know you may have called 100 of them, but the law says we have this hearing within 30 days. So we're here. We got to have it. Yes, sir.
It hasn't been 30 days since I have been served.
No, but we
Ready
don't
up.
have another court date that's going to fall within that 30 days. It's 30 days from the date of filing, not the date on which you were served. The law is in black that is firm. It's to be done then,
Okay.
unless continued by consent. I don't know if opposing counsel agreed to continue it last time for you to get a lawyer, but whatever judge heard it gave you that opportunity, and we're here today. So we're going forward.
Thank you, Judge.
We're not stopping in mid hearing here. Yes, sir.
I need a interpreter myself. Is it possible?
Oh,
Interpreter for what? For English to Hindi?
Yeah, so they can explain me a few of the things, like something that I don't understand.
So apparently now he wants an interpreter. But no, I'm talking to them, Donna. Now he wants an interpreter. But talking to me? No, I'm just in your house talking to random people on the internet. Hi, Mayor. Thank you for being here. I'm sorry to hear that you have a headache. This guy, you guys, he's gonna make you so angry. It is nuts. And now he's asking for an interpreter, and watch how the judge undoes his little theory here on the fact that he needs an interpreter.
And so they can explain me in a different language. I speak Kutchi language.
You speak what?
Kutchi.
Kutchi. It's
Okay.
one of the, it is one of the Indian.
Okay. And as an interpreter, are you capable of interpreting it in that dialect?
Yes,
Okay.
I know it. I know it. Most probably, I will be able to.
Sir, how long have you lived in the United States?
For about 25 years.
Okay. Did you attend school here in the United States?
Yes, I did.
Where'd you go to school?
Sen High School,
Okay. Did you go to college anywhere?
Truman College.
Okay. You graduated from both high school and college?
High school, but not the college.
Okay. And all your classes were taught in English?
Yes.
Okay. Then why do you need an interpreter?
Because the way that you're saying to give a legal reasons, so I like to understand what does that mean exactly. What do you mean by in legal terms?
The interpreter is only going to interpret what I say, even if I were to allow the interpreter to proceed.
Okay.
They're not going to go off and explain anything else.
Okay.
An objection to an exhibit. I'm going to give you a general overview.
Okay.
An objection to an exhibit must be based on whether or not it was presented to the court properly, whether or not they have laid a proper foundation
Mm-hmm.
to present it. And that's basically the format. When it comes before the court, they testify about it. She asks
Mhm.
questions about it. And if I feel that there's a proper basis has been presented to the court, then I admit it. If
Okay.
it has not been a proper foundation laid, then I don't admit it, or they can go back and cure it by
Okay.
laying a more proper foundation. That's all it is. I'm going to assume that any document that they present, you're
Mhm.
not going to like.
Okay.
That's the nature of an adversarial hearing.
Okay.
Adversarial means I hear from both sides, and you're going to have your opportunity to present your evidence. You're going to have your opportunity to rebut anything that they have presented to the court.
Okay.
This is just a matter of, did they present the document with a proper legal foundation, and then I accept it or I don't accept it.
Okay.
Okay.
So I have a question. Is it a way that I can read the text messages from the beginning, because they're hiding the top part from you and just showing you the part where it says, "Because now I don't love you, I will break your arm," and I said it as of self-defense, because
Sir, if there's any document,
Yeah.
get you a pencil and paper.
yes,
And if there's any document that they present that
Uh-huh.
you think has more information on it that's to your benefit, when
Okay.
it's your turn, you
Okay.
can pull those back up. You can tell them, our clerk will pull them up. Okay.
is it okay if I take a picture of it, or it's not allowed?
No,
Of that
it's like
document.
a pencil and paper. It's listed as Lalani Exhibit 2.
Okay.
The previous one was Lalani Exhibit 1.
Okay.
That's
Understood.
how the court can find them.
Exhibit 1 was the one with the arm, right?
The pictures,
The scar.
the grave and the arm.
Okay. The scar.
So if you need to go back to them when it's your turn, you can
Okay.
do so. You can use
Okay.
their exhibits. Okay.
Okay.
All right. And that's all the legal advice I can give. I'm not trying to advise. I'm just telling you what your rights are.
Okay.
All right, Ms. Rahman, please proceed. It's admitted over objection.
Thank you, Judge. Okay, Ms. Lalani, just to are you still okay there? You disappeared on my screen for a second. Before we move on to some of the other allegations that you've said of the abuse that you have suffered from this physical abuse, both actual physical abuse and threats of physical abuse. You've also talked about the threat of killing you, but you did testify about two things that you didn't give any detail on. One of them is a choking incident. Can you give me the date of when that occurred?
So it happened twice, on 22nd February and 22nd March. On 22nd February, he took my passport, he kept it with him. He told me if I don't marry him, he will kill me or he will kidnap me. And if somehow I get away from him, he will put my nude videos and photos, which he has. So that time also he grabbed my neck in the
Okay. And tell me about the incident that happened on March 22nd.
On 22nd March, he told me that he will kill me if I didn't wanted to marry him since 22nd February. He told me to act all good and happy in the video and photos, or else he will tear my passport off, he will kill me, he'll kidnap me. And then on 22nd March, when I said, no, just go out of my house, just leave from here, he kept staying there whole night. He stayed there. I yelled, I called my mom, my brother was at his friend's place. I called him and he came running here. That day also on 22nd March, he gave me a real hard time from leaving from my apartment. That time also he grabbed my neck. But that time I was safe. I was with my mom and bro, and I called my community people so I could get away from him. So that was the safest
Your
time
house.
to push him away at my apartment here. When he gave me this car, we were sitting here together, and in this room right there, he did all that.
Okay.
Forced me to rape.
Now, there was also in your petition, and I know that this is a little difficult to talk about, so take your time if you need to, but you talked about several incidents of rape in your petition. Can you tell the court about what happened?
So first time he raped me was in January after our engagement, when I told him about my past. So he opened his pants, he raped me to check my virginity. And then after that, he raped me on 20th March. 21st March, 22nd March, repeatedly. On 22nd March, I fought back him, and I asked, like, I somehow like pushed him out of my apartment.
Okay. And are you seeking any treatment for those incidents?
Yes, I am. I'm going through a lot of depression.
Welcome. No and no. Thank you for being here. Poorly planned. Oh yeah, yeah, Mike. I had no control over those. Those came in as super chats and gifts on the other channel, and I really didn't have that. I can't put them out. The lady on the bottom left, Lisa Figlicious, is the interpreter that the petitioner brought for a specific 30-second clip. It's not for the whole case. She's here for one 30-second clip of this. And yeah, there is a trigger warning on this, and I'll trigger warn it again. I put one on the screen there. That was my fancy editing. This case contains allegations of domestic violence, sexual assault, and general douchery. So please take care of yourself first. If that is something that will upset or trigger you, please go ahead and excuse yourself for the evening, and we will catch you in the next one. As a recap, from the top all the way across, we have the judge, we have the petitioner, then we have her husband, then on the bottom we have the petitioner's lawyer and the interpreter, sorry. This is a TPO hearing, and they are also in the middle of getting an annulment. So their marriage, they aren't even getting a divorce, they are working on getting an annulment. Okay. Also, guys, if you could go ahead and clock in for your shift by hitting that like button, that would be very much helpful to me and KCC 2.0, the channel, as it grows. And also, tell me what you have for dinner tonight. I want to go get my Uncrustable, stick it in my bra, defrost it, and eat it with you guys. But I'd love to hear what you guys have. We're going to keep going with this because it's a bit late on the East Coast where I am right now. And also, it's a long case. So, yeah, this is a replay of, so it's not it's I took a case that we already did months and months ago on KCC 1.0. I could not find the original source video, so all I could do was take the stream from 1.0 and pull out most of my commentary from it, although I left a few bits in. And then also, unfortunately, I just couldn't get everything off the screen because it was popping up there as part of my original streams. Thank you guys. I appreciate you clocking in, putting up with me as I learn, break, and shake on my trip. If you want.
And I'm going to a therapist.
Okay, thank you. I'm going to move on to, there's 3 exhibits, exhibit 3, 4, and 5. They're all related to the same issue. So I'm going to, again, just to be efficient, I'm going to kind of run through them. You have repeatedly mentioned that every time Mr. Savani threatened you, he would say, if you don't do this, I'm going to publish your nude photos and nude videos. That was something that happened many, many times. Is that correct?
Yes.
And in fact, he has done that. Is that not true?
He has done that, and with 3 Instagram accounts, I have sent you the profile URL. You can go right now and check on the Instagram. He has wrote all the bad things, and he's ready. If this man doesn't get TPO, he's gonna just do that right away. He's gonna put all my nude photos, sex tape, everything on those 3 Instagram accounts. And he also told me that he will sell my nude videos, photos, and our sex tape and make money out of it. On 22nd March while leaving, he's like, bitch, wait now, I will sell your sex tape and buy a new BMW. And which he did. So that's
I'm going to get to that. So can we pull up Lalani exhibit 3, please? Okay. Ms. Lalani,
Case is out of Georgia.
The message that I want you to focus on. Can you please read first, let me establish the foundation. Is this a message that you received from your husband?
Yes, I did.
Is this a message that you received on WhatsApp?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, was that a primary form of communication between the two of you?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Now, can you please read the messages that he sent to you?
I need to speak to you on the phone. I'll put your nude videos on sex channels and photos and to everyone in Jamaat Khana, Nagpur Jamaat Khana. Also send to everyone I know in Atlanta, JK. JK stands for Jamaat Khana. Also show council people your real face and flirts with Vinay.
Okay. Now, just to clarify for the court, in case the court does not know, Jamaat Khana is a religious, it's where you go to worship. Is that correct?
Yes, it's my community.
Lisa, you make a good point. Anybody that does make a sex tape may expect them to be published at some point, but I would urge anybody that receives a sex tape from somebody else that is intended to shame the person in that tape to go ahead and tell the person that sent that to go fuck themselves because that's their problem. Okay? Just because somebody betrays you, there is no shame in that. I'm sorry. Y'all know I'm a very liberal person. You can check out my OnlyFans if you want and see me naked. But I think it is bad advice to tell people do not make sex tapes. It's not really good advice at all. What you should really tell people is don't be embarrassed of your sex tapes. Don't feel embarrassed that you're a sexual being and that you, as an adult, made a sex tape with somebody else. That's not embarrassing. Okay? What's embarrassing is being a child and sending it out to people to try and make them feel bad. That's embarrassing. Being in a sex tape? No, that's not embarrassing. Okay? So let's make that clear here. I am not going to advise anybody, no, don't make sex tapes. Don't take nude pictures of yourself. That's not a really feasible thing to tell people, especially younger kids, younger people. Don't tell them that. Remind them that maybe someday somebody will send this out to other people and that you should not feel ashamed of it because as long as you did it with consent and when you felt good about it at the time, that's not your problem. That's a them problem. And it happens all too often. And maybe we should be turning that back on the people that send them out as opposed to people that make, is my thought. Brian and Kimmy are here and your daughter's having a baby. That is great to hear. Honestly, it bothers me to no end that when I hear about people trying to make people feel bad. I've told you guys this before and I'll tell you again. My daughter, who is 15 years old, and her friends from a very probably 11, 12, 13 years old, I haven't told them, don't send pictures on the internet to people. No. Why? Because that's not actually going to work. What I've told them is one day somebody may come to you and try and make you feel bad about that. They may say, your mom's not going to love you anymore. Your dad is going to hate you. Everybody's going to think you're dirty and disgusting, and nobody will want to help you. And you need to remember that they're wrong and that I will fuck them up. Okay? Like that is the way that I protect my youth child from being blackmailed to death, which is what happens to some people, unfortunately, on the internet. So the reality here is that if we want to progress as we go forward as a society, we shouldn't be saying, oh, wow, those people have sex and they took videos of it. We should be saying, wow, that fucking loser tried to send that out and use it as a blackmail or as revenge. That's not good. You know, not good at all. Also, I've had people come up to me and say, hey, I saw you naked on the internet. And I look at them dead in the eye and I say, wow, did you enjoy it? What were you doing there looking? I really don't care. As an adult, I made decisions and I am able to give consent. You know, those are my main rules. That means there's no children and no animals. As long as those are handled and there's consent given, I really feel I don't ever tell anybody not to make videos like that. 10 and 12-year-olds. Yeah, absolutely, Lisa. Because guess what? The average 10-year-old child today has seen hardcore porn. It's just a standard statistic. So if you want to tell them when they're 15 and they're not going to listen to you, go ahead. But if you want to actually make an impact, you start having that discussion at 10 years old when, hey, somebody may try and tell you sometimes on the internet that people are not going to love you. And you have to remember that's wrong. That's not correct. No matter what you did, no matter what.
It's my prayer hall.
Your prayer hall. Okay. So what is in Nagpur? Is that where you're from?
It's my city in India.
Okay. And then the Atlanta Jamaat Khana is the community, the mosque that you belong to now.
Yes.
Okay. And did he make good on this threat? Like I said, did he actually publish these photos to the
Yes.
Jamaat Khana?
He did send all my relatives, my aunt.
And Dana, the case was of Amanda Todd, who, in fact, maybe it's actually illegal for me to say her name. There was a publication ban. She's a Canadian girl who was Black. She was pushed into unaliving herself. She posted a YouTube video about it before she did. The gentleman who did that to her did it to many, many people. But yeah, Lisa, once you make them, sure. But I think really it's important that you reiterate to especially youth. It's not, you don't want to tell them to go and make those tapes, but they're going to do it. And so you need to reinforce the premise that it is regardless what somebody says to you, they're going to make you try and believe that your mom's going to hate you, your dad's going to hate you, your friends are going to hate you. That's what you have to break down. You have to preempt the fact that this person's going to try and make them feel like they're nothing. Okay? And so when that happens to my daughter or one of her friends, my hope is that the tiny little voice in the back of their head remembers that conversation that they had with me when I said, hey, this might happen one day. Please keep that in mind. And remember, we will love you anyways, because I can guarantee you, every single fucking parent in this chat would rather see their kid doing the nastiest shit posted on billboards anywhere rather than them kill themselves. Fight me on that.
My brother, my mom, my sister, my cousins, people in India and Atlanta, so many people, my friends on Instagram, in
Okay.
Atlanta and everywhere.
Okay. Thank you. And do you remember the date around which this message?
So between 25th March to 10th April.
Okay. Thank you.
Here's what I'm going to say. I am not dumb. I don't even, when people talk about, oh, don't ever take naked pictures of yourself, that's the only way to keep yourself safe, that's not reasonable. Okay, so apparently I didn't need to say this all because I left in my spiel from the original time I said it. Let's see how much I've changed. Let's see if I've changed any of the way that I explain this. We'll listen to KCC 1.0 and her explanation of this. I didn't realize. And it's not a good premise to take. When you have been privileged with somebody giving you the luck of seeing their nude photos, you need to go ahead and check yourself before you post them. And also, ladies, gentlemen, whoever is out there, if somebody ever does that to you, I want you to hold your head high and never, ever feel ashamed of that. Okay? The person that has a problem there is them, not you. You're not dirty for taking pictures. You're not dirty for sharing them with somebody that you wanted to share them with. And you aren't dirty because you had a bad choice in a person. Okay? The person who would do that to hurt somebody else is the person that should be ashamed. If ever in your life you receive blackmail photos like that from somebody, please remember to reach out in disgust to the person who sent them and not to the person who they are of, because that is the issue. Okay. Again, he's a horrible Photoshopper, but oh man, I can't even say that because it's not a good idea. But somebody who isn't me and who wouldn't, whatever. I mean, there's something to be said about photoshopping people's faces on stuff.
All right, I would like to proffer that as Plaintiff's Exhibit 3, Judge.
All right, have any legal objection to tendering of this evidence?
Yes.
And what is your objection?
Objection is that
Yeah, it does feel weird to hear myself, but I had to edit myself out of this, so I'm used to it.
I mean, you said not to give any comments, so
Right, you're not to talk about the facts. The question is whether or not they have presented it to the court in the legal fashion, laid a foundation as to where it came from, when it came in, who it was from, who it was to, that sort of thing.
Okay, no, I did send those messages, and I do have a objection because that's okay. I do have an objection. I don't know what else to say. But
Okay.
maybe when my turn comes, then I can.
Yeah. Okay. Admitted over objection.
Thank you, Judge. All right. If we can pull up Lalani Exhibit 4. It seems that Mr. Savani is stipulating that these messages were sent. So I'll try to run through them quickly, Judge. Can you go to the third page of this exhibit, please? Okay, right here, right? I'm sorry, right there at the beginning. Okay. Again, Ms. Lalani, are you familiar with this stream of messages that are also on WhatsApp?
Yes, ma'am.
This is also a conversation between you and your.
Oh my God.
And Mr. Savani, is that correct?
Yes, ma'am.
And in these messages, again, he's threatening the same thing that he was threatening before, that I really don't want to share your videos and pics, but if I get upset, I would. I'm giving you a last chance. I will send it to everyone you know in Atlanta and Nagpur, correct?
Yes, ma'am.
And then if you scroll down a bit, he continues to say that he's a computer tech and he knows WhatsApp settings. Is that correct?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so it is your understanding that he is very computer savvy.
Yes, he is.
Again, how did you feel when you received these messages?
I was so threatened. I was like, I just felt harassed and threatened, and I felt nowhere to go. All my respect, everything is gone. All my reputation, my career, everything is finished. I felt dead inside. I felt threatened, very threatened.
Okay. And were these messages sent around the same dates again between the end of March and early April?
Yes, continuously. There were around 3,000 messages sent, and I'm just putting only few of them because there is not more time. And every second, this man has called me. Every second, this man has threatened me, texted me. And
Thank you. If we can pull up Lalani Exhibit 5. This is the last exhibit that we're going to present on this issue, Ms. Lalani. Again, while it's being pulled up, there was one other message where he also says that he is going to post your videos. And if you can scroll down a little bit, right there.
It is.
Search your
Lisa.
name in 2 hours on Google. Your photos and videos will come up on page 1. And have you looked on Google? Have you Googled your name? Have you seen these videos online?
yes, he did on the Instagram, he did, and he sent it to people on WhatsApp every day. I went to the cyber crime branch in Nagpur, but they sent me back to USA because this man is here. So any action couldn't be taken there. So yes, when I searched, it came on Instagram.
Okay. And
So
that
what- I apologize. I misunderstood or didn't quite understand what you were saying about cyber crimes. What did you say? You
Yeah,
went-
I went to the cybercrime branch. After getting all this, I went to the cybercrime branch in Nagpur in my country, India. They
Oh.
told me that they cannot take any action from here because he is in USA. So they asked me to come back to America.
And you have reported these cyber crimes to law enforcement here in the United States. Is that correct? There's currently, I believe, 3 criminal cases pending against Mr. Savani on these issues.
There
Is
are
that
reports on him, which
Okay.
is going on. Detective Hardy is on it.
wonderful? Okay, I'd like to proffer plaintiffs exhibit 4 and 5. As
Okay.
evidence.
Any legal objection, sir?
Yes.
And what is that objection?
The objection is that, you know, I disagree with what she said, because I did say, when it comes to when I swear, then I'm going to go ahead and tell you, because I do have an objection. Let's move forward if you can, please.
Okay, admitted over objection.
Okay, Ms. Kalani, the last line of questioning that I have for you is actually regarding violations of the ex parte order.
Okay.
Now, this order was entered on May 11th. Is that correct?
Yes.
And it is your understanding that Mr. Savani was served around May 22nd. Is that correct?
Yes.
Okay. Now, before we show the exhibits to the court, is it your testimony today that Mr. Savani has violated the ex parte protective order?
Yes. Many times.
Okay. Briefly tell the court about the many times that he has violated the order.
He has emailed me. He has sent me a voice message, voice audio recording through a third party on 25th May in the morning, at midnight, at 3 a.m. in the morning, at 4 a.m. I woke up shivering to those recording, too long, 3 hours recording, which we cut it short and put it where he's saying, tell that bitch, Namisha, tell that bitch, to my gym trainer who was in India, with whom I'm not at all connected in any way. And he has also threatened me by sending me on 28th May, which is after TPO, he has sent me a video, and most probably that was my nude video which he was threatening me. And then when I opened it, he suddenly deleted it, and his DP could be seen with his new BMW, which like I was totally harassed and threatened. And I just remember those words on 22nd March when he said, I will sell that sex tape which I took after the marriage, and I will put it on the internet, and I'll buy a BMW from millions of dollars. I can earn millions from it, you bitch. Like that. These were his words on 22nd March.
Okay. So, and then there was one other, and I'm going to show the evidence of this, but there was one other violation that I mentioned to the court earlier, and that is just last week at your annulment hearing. Can you tell the court what happened in a DeKalb County court?
So this is the bracelet my aunt gave me. She's from a Hindu religion. This is my belief. And he's been sending me emails, everything, thinking that some man has gifted me, which is totally wrong. Another thing, he in between the hearing, he just says Hanuman Bhakt loudly. So he says Hanuman is a god and Bhakt is so he used to call me Hanuman Bhakt. While on 22nd February or while on the 22nd March, when he did all these things wrong, he also asked me not to follow my belief. So he was threatening me. That's his ways of threatening me as a Hanuman Bhakt. And
Okay.
then when I told the judge that, see, these are his ways of threatening me. So the judge said that, what did you say? And then he started saying, I am Hanuman Bhakt, and defending himself. So judge stopped me. And then he said, stop lying. He started talking to me. So that's a violation. It's a recording.
Okay, sorry. I'm just going to pause. Just to be clear, the violation was that he was speaking with you directly when he is
Yes,
not
he's
allowed.
saying stop lying and all that.
Okay, wonderful. Now if we can pull up plaintiff's Lalani Exhibit 6. So you've testified about many violations, Namisha, and again, I'm not going to post all of them for the court, but this email is an email that you received on May 22nd of 2023. Is that correct?
Yes, ma'am.
And it is your understanding that this message was sent after Mr. Savani was served with a protective order. Is that correct?
Yes.
Okay, and again, this email is quite long, so I'm not going to have you to read it, but you can see from the very beginning, the way that he even refers to you is as, and I pardon you, court, but bitch Namisha. That's how you are referred to by this man.
He always called me that.
Okay.
Always, every day.
This email was not only sent to you, it seems like there are some other email addresses on here. Are those family members of yours?
Yes.
Okay. All right. I would like to go on to Plaintiff's Exhibit 7.
Was there anything in particular other than the address or the number of people listed that you wanted me to see with as far as context, or just the fact that it happened?
Just the fact that it happened. Your
Okay.
Honor, our argument will be that we will reserve is that this man has no respect for court orders. The substance of these emails are harrowing and abusive, but I'm most concerned, at least with this line of questioning, around the date that these messages were sent, which are clear violations of the ex parte.
Okay. Any objection to the exhibit, sir?
Yes.
What is the objection?
This email was sent before I received the what do you call that? The order of the TPO.
That was served on you on May 22nd.
Right, but look at the time.
22nd was a week before the date of this email.
Give me 1 second. Let me find out exactly what date I was received. Just give me 1 minute, because I took a picture and it has a time and a. Hold on 1 second.
Hello, Larry.
I also have a text message from the officer. So so I will serve the TPO on May 23rd. After
Okay.
us
Okay.
May 23rd.
May 23rd. Okay, thank you.
Yes, but the
Documents admitted over objection.
Okay, can we pull up this is the audio recording, and we're literally just going to play 3 seconds at the very beginning of the audio recording. It's labeled as Lalani Exhibit 7. And Madam Interpreter, if you are still there.
Judge, we have lost the interpreter, and I have been sending emails for assistance with getting them to, wait, I apologize. Here they go, just as I'm speaking.
Okay.
Here we go. It might be an issue with their connection. It seems to be a little slow.
Oh, there we go. I see. I think I just saw her pop up. Exhibit 8, and we'll come back to that. It's really
Okay, that's fine.
okay. If we can move on to Plaintiff's Exhibit 8. Now, it's a little hard to see at the top of this. Namisha, I'm going to ask you to read the date that's at the top of the screen on Plaintiff's Exhibit 8.
As soon as we get it pulled up. Here we go.
Okay, do you see that date that's at the very top?
Yes, 30th May.
30th of May. So you just heard from Mr. Spine that he was served on May 23rd. Is this, if we can scroll down, is this a message that you received from him on your phone?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, and what does he say?
Okay, I have 1 million numbers. You will be tired from blocking me the way you are treating me right now, making me expose your videos and photos.
Okay, so he was messaging you from a variety of different numbers. Is that correct?
Yes, he keeps sending and he keeps deleting. He keeps unsending through iMessages and everywhere.
So you have blocked, how many numbers have you blocked from him?
Blocked like more than 75 to 80 numbers.
Okay, okay. Okay, if we can go to Plaintiff's Exhibit 9.
Night, Colin.
Now, we'll have to explain this a little bit. When you
Ms. Rahman, we had the interpreter back there for a second. I thought maybe we could get
She
it
dropped
done,
off.
but she dropped off again.
Yes.
Sorry to interrupt. I was going to try to do it before
No,
she
it-
left.
I think it
Oh,
might be her connection.
Okay,
All right,
Well, I'm happy to just interrupt, and it'll be the first 3 seconds of Exhibit 7. Okay, Miss Alani, this is a
Hi, Billy.
download of your WhatsApp history. Is that correct?
Yes, ma'am.
Now, this is when you go to WhatsApp, you have to actually download what's called the diagnostic so that you can look at the date and time of each message. Is that correct?
Yes, ma'am.
And this phone number, 773-983-7900, is that Atik Savani's phone number?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, and so it says at 6:16 p.m. that there was a message that he sent to you on May 28th, and then that message was deleted. Is that correct?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. And then the final exhibit on that is actually the screenshot of that. If we can pull up Exhibit 10. Oh, great. We have the interpreter too, so. Oh, and she dropped off again. Okay. I think we've made our point though. So if we pull up Exhibit 10, we'll be able to show the court the last thing you were referring to.
It looks like it stopped at 9, but I'm searching.
Okay, there should be one final email that had number 10. I think it was sent separate.
Okay, I got it.
Thank you.
And Madam Interpreter, we've got one thing coming up for you in just a moment if you
Oh, okay.
don't drop off.
Yeah, I don't know what happened. All the electricity went off.
That's the Zoom world.
All right, Miss Lalani. Now, we just showed the court the diagnostics from WhatsApp because this picture does not show the date of that video that was sent, but it just showed the time. It's the same time as that previous exhibit. Is that correct?
Yes.
And this, again, this is the same number. It's 773-983-7900. That's Mr. Savani's phone number on WhatsApp. Is that correct?
It is.
Sending good
yes.
vibes, Jody.
So
change that.
6:16, he sent you one video. If we scroll down.
Yeah, Billy, this is a crazy case.
And I'm going to talk about this BMW in a second, but we can keep scrolling. And keep scrolling. And so here it is, 6:16, the message was deleted. So on WhatsApp, you can send a message and you can delete it yourself. Is that correct?
Yes.
Okay, but he did send to you a video on May 28th of 2023 at 6:16 p.m.
Yes.
Okay, and now you've already testified about the BMW. So this is what you were referring to when you were talking about how he threatened to buy a new BMW with the money that he earned off of your sex tape. Is that correct? That BMW, if you scroll up, that BMW is not something that he owned before now, to your knowledge. Is that correct? And how does it make you feel that he changed this to be his profile picture on WhatsApp?
He not only threatened me by doing this, but he also has violated TPO. And now I'm really scared if I don't get TPO, he will put it everywhere on internet.
You're talking about the nude photos and videos.
Photos and sex tape. I feel very threatened.
Okay.
My life, my dignity, my body, everything is nothing. I have no privacy. He made it everything public.
Okay. Now, Madam Interpreter, I'm going to have you listen to the first few seconds of this, what's labeled as Lalani Exhibit 7.
Yes.
And while they're pulling that up, Miss Lalani, this audio recording is the one that you're referring to that was a message to you through a third party. Is that correct?
Yes, it is.
What was the date of that that message that was sent to you?
It was 3 a.m. in the morning on 24th May or 25th May.
Okay, so definitely after May 23rd.
Yes.
तो उसे कह देना कि मेरी कोई 4 बार शादी नहीं हुई थी और ना
Okay,
4 बार engagement.
So that phrase in usko keh dena, if you can interpret that, Madam Interpreter.
Yes. Yes. Just tell that person that I did not get married 4 times.
I'm sorry, can you replay this again?
Please replay it, Ms. Brune.
तो उसे कह देना कि मेरी कोई 4 बार शादी नहीं हुई थी और ना 4 बार एंगेजमेंट हुई थी।
Okay.
So just tell her or him that I did not get married 4 times or I did not get engaged 4 times.
Now, thank you, Madam Interpreter. Ms. Lalani, this message that we constricted is only 5 minutes, but there were 2 recordings that were over 20 minutes long. Is that correct?
It is.
And repeatedly in that, and just for judicial efficiency, we're not going to play all 40 minutes of the audio, but that's one example of the part that you cut where he says, just tell her, that he's referring to you, to speak to you.
Yes.
And who was this message sent to?
This was sent to a fitness gym trainer, Vinay.
Okay. And Vinay sent it to you because he asked him to.
Yes.
Okay. Your Honor, those are all the exhibits I would collectively, I think I haven't tendered the last 4 exhibits.
All right, 7, 8, 9, and 10.
Yes, Judge.
All right, any objections, sir?
Yes.
What is your legal objection?
The recording was sent to her boyfriend and her ex-boyfriend and her current boyfriend. That's what she left me for. And this in this recording, I never mentioned Namisha. I never told him to tell Namisha.
Okay, you can argue that goes to the weight of the evidence,
Okay.
but they are admitted without or admitted over your objection.
Okay. Objection, yes.
All right.
All right. Ms. Lalani, you've already, I won't drag this out any further. You've already told a lot to the court of why you believe you need a protective order.
Billy, send me an email.
But if you could just very quickly sum up, what are you asking the court to do today?
I want the TPO so that this man cannot contact me or put my sex tape, nude videos, photos anywhere, and I feel safe while walking on the roads. And I don't get killed and kidnapped by this man. And I really wanted permanent protective order so that this man can never, because I know after 12 months, he will again do the same thing. So if it is possible, I really beg you for a permanent protection order so that this man can never contact me again.
Thank you, Ms. Alani. Your Honor, I have nothing further of this witness.
All right, Mr. Savani, you have the right by law to cross-examine or ask questions of the witness. Let me explain a couple of things first, okay?
Okay.
You can ask a question. You cannot be argumentative with the witness. Once she answers the question, you move on to your next question. You
Okay.
can't, if she says it's raining today and you want to argue, no, it's not raining, you're not allowed to do that. Okay. You can testify later. You're going to have that right after you complete this cross-examination. Do you have any questions that you wish to ask this witness?
No.
Okay. All right. Ms. Rahman, are you resting or are you calling the respondent for cross-examination?
No, I'm going to let him go ahead and.
Okay. All right, sir. It's your turn now. If you will, raise your right hand. Do you swear or affirm testimony you're about to give will be the truth, the whole truth, nothing but the truth under penalty of perjury?
Yes.
All right. You may state your name for the record.
Atiq Salim Savani.
All right. Now you can tell me what you wish to with regard to your version of the events as have been presented by the petitioner.
Is it possible to review the exhibit 1 again?
Sure. We can pull up Lalani Exhibit 1.
Is this the exhibit 1 or?
This was Lalani Exhibit 1.
Okay. So the purpose of putting this picture is not to threat her that I will kill her or she's dead. The purpose of if I wanted to kill her, I will put probably a picture of a threater. I will probably put a picture of a weapon or something. But as you can see that it says gold digger and she has lots of cash in her hand, her that I will kill her or she's dead. The purpose of if I wanted to kill her, I will put probably a picture of a threat her. I will probably put a picture of a weapon or something. But as you can see that it says gold digger, and she has lots of cash in her hand, and she is going in the grave. The purpose of putting this picture is because before she got married with me, she collected all the items for getting married. Okay, she about $75,000 total. She took the cash, jewelry, clothing, and everything. And just because she was a gold digger, okay, I put this picture on there so her friends and everybody else can see what she did to me. And other than that, I can show you the whole page of my Instagram account that talks about she cheating on me with her ex-boyfriend, which is her current boyfriend at the moment. And that's the reason why she broke up with me, because she went back to India to see him just 2 days before they patched up with her ex-boyfriend. She took all my money and she ran away, not because she was fear of life, okay, just because she wanted to go and meet him, and she broke up with me. And that's the purpose of putting the picture. So I've clarified that. Okay, so I have no questions for Namisha.
Okay. What's your next? Do you wish to see any other exhibits?
Exhibit 2, please.
Billy Elliot, this lad could be a YouTube editor. Wasted talent. Yeah, right.
Okay, please direct the staff as to what you want to see on this.
Yeah, this message is taken out from Google, telling the girl that that having an affair with a married woman having an affair with a boyfriend or whatever, it's against our religion and it's not appropriate. So that's what the message is. As you can see that this message was sent to her back then. Okay, it's because she had cheated on me with her ex-boyfriend, and that's the reason why I sent this message. Could you please go down a little bit? And then go up, please. Yeah, right there. And entrepreneur, can you please explain this? I mean, read this explain this, translate in English. I'm gonna say this. Allah हिसाब करेगा तेरा एक दिन, एक आसियों की कीमत तेरे से लेगा, एक धोखा जो तुमने मेरे साथ किया है. Final buy. Okay,
so God will do the
Hi, Lucy. Thank you for being here. You checking in on us when you're up in the middle of the night? I'm on the East Coast, so I sort of know what that feels like right now. For the thumbnails, right? Like he's a thumbnail master. I bet YouTube wouldn't demonetize him. Even though I fucking edited this video. I spent a lot of time editing myself out of this video. Believe me, I talked a lot in the first one. And it's not that I'm not talking, it's just that I pulled it out. Anyways. Lucy, thank you for being here. Clock in for your shift. Make sure you hit that like button. It is very helpful.
God will do whatever you have done, God will take care of everything. He will also prize it, for every tears that I have taken out from my eyes. Whatever, you just gave me, you cheated with me because of the reason that you cheated with me.
So it's basically saying that Allah, God will.
She's a maker. I thought that honestly as well, especially when he said desktop, which I watch a lot of scam baiting videos. And when he said that, I was like, and then also, why would they have $75,000 of cash on hand? Like, that's weird. So I honestly do get a bit of a scam baiting vibe or a scammer vibe from him. But this is a great case. I wanted to show it again because there's a lot of parts of it that I think are really important for us to look at and see. And I think the lawyer does great. Also, it's a pro se case. I mean, there's so many good parts about this case. And the judge too, I think this guy really thought that he was going to get this judge, this old man, to really agree with him on the morality of this woman. And you're going to see the judge don't play like that.
Hold you accountable for everything that you have done to me, that you cheated on me. Dhoka means cheating on me with a different man while being married to me. That's what, and then whatever tears that I have got from you, God will give you this in return. That's what basically what it means. And then I was like, goodbye, like, but it was very hard for me to say goodbye to her because I was in deeply love with her. And I was in an anxiety. I cried for 2 months. It was very hard for me to forget her because obviously we were in a relationship. And dhoka could also means that the jewelry and the money and the everything in overall situation, whatever she done to me. So that's what it means. Please go down a little bit. Okay, that's it. So she was telling me about her ex-boyfriend. She repeatedly saying that she told in the TPO that she filed, she had mentioned that I pulled my pants off to check her virginity, okay, whether she was virgin or not. But she had told me regarding her past life after we got engaged, okay, not before. So she kind of cheated me and not told me about her past. First of all, I told her many times, I don't want to hear about your past because that's your past. It has nothing to do with me. Whatever it is, keep it to yourself. I don't need to know. But she forced me 10 times, and I after saying no to 10 times, she continued anyhow. Okay, and she told me that she had not a boyfriend. She had a one-night stand with a guy. Okay. She slept with him. She used to work at Chatpati at that time illegally because she's not allowed to work according to her student visa. So she was working at the restaurant. She met a guy and she slept with him. She got pregnant and she aborted a child. Okay. And that was back in 2019. I do have that boyfriend that she talked about. I'm in touch with him. If I have to prove him to the court, I can. Secondly, she told me after a couple of months or years or whatever it is, and back in 2020, she had another connection with the ex-boyfriend or whoever. She slept with him and she got pregnant and she also aborted a child. Okay. In the US.
Connor, I just object to the relevance of any of this narrative.
No, it's not relevant because that's what she's telling me here. She's
Where is she telling you in this?
She's telling me that I forced her to have sex with her, and it's about her the nude photos and all that. If she was all that worried about her, then she wouldn't have done all that. But anyways, she's telling me here that she told me about her past life and I pulled my pants to check her virginity. My point is that why would I check her virginity when she is already pregnant twice and aborted a child? So why would I need to pull out my pants? So it doesn't really make any sense. I just wanted to prove you that. And there's a record of her getting abortion in the hospital, Northside Hospital, and you guys can contact if you want. She told me that her one-night stand boyfriend or whatever came to her restaurant to meet her or to say hi to her. She slapped him on his face and tell him to get out. Okay, and then that's why I said I can come to you, but there's no point because first of all, after she came back to the USA, after she broke up with me, I never went to see her. It only takes 12 hours for me by drive to see her or to do anything if I wanted to do anything, you know, or fly for 4 hours and get to Georgia. That's all it takes. So I said in the messages that if I want to come, there's no point. But you know, your bitches can slap me. She slapped her boyfriend because he came to see her.
Okay.
Can you go down a little bit?
Sir, and let me remind you that
Yes.
I'm here only about the allegations that she has raised in her petition
Okay.
that you did or said certain things.
Okay.
I get the background. I do not need to know why the parties perhaps broke up or whatever.
Okay. Understood.
You understand the difference?
Okay. Please
All
go up a little bit again. So I'll just get to the point. Thank you for letting me know. Yeah, just go up a little bit. Here I said, because she's telling me that she's presenting to the court that I will break her arm. No, sir, that's not true. What I meant to say by this is that I'm not someone who's going to take a slap from you. Okay, I'm here to protect myself as a self-defense. If you slap me, I will do it same thing in return, you know, as a self-defense, not because of threatening her. I have right, according to the Constitution of the United States, I have right to self-defense if someone tries.
Oh, sir. Sir. That Constitution provides her the same rights, and not just to self-defense, but for protection against people like you, sir. It allows her to come to this court, and it allows her to petition for a protective order. And you know what happens? I don't think, listen, I'm just going to tell you actually. In Fulton County, Georgia, they hold people unindicted in jail for like 900 days. It's a 10-year felony if you violate a protective order.
I never told her I'm going to slap you. I said, if you slap me, you know you will get that back because I don't love you anymore. Okay, but that's wrong. I did love her at that time too, but I just said it because what she did to me was completely wrong. She cheated on me, and okay, please go down a little bit. Or break or harm. As you can see, that message was probably sent to her back in March or April, and we are already in June. I haven't done anything to her, and she filed her TPO on May 14th or May 11th or something. Why didn't she file back in April? Why didn't she contact the 911?
Just testify, please.
Yes.
You're arguing with yourself now.
Okay. See here, even if I said here, I'm sure what you did to me and your ex-boyfriend from Chatpati where she used to work. Okay, I have. Let's go to the next exhibit, please.
Okay, to stay on this page and go up, or you want me to go to exhibit?
No, next exhibit.
Do I sound the same? Do I sound at all different?
Okay, I will come back to this. We probably won't have to see this right now, but next exhibit, please. So I hope you understand, Your Honor, what I was going through during our marriage broken and she left away and to her boyfriend. The only thing I wanted to do was talk to her. I didn't want to disturb her. I didn't want to do anything. I was in anxiety. I was in depression myself. I cried for 2 months. I was in a bed doing nothing. Okay. I lost my job. I lost everything. In 2 months, I was in a complete bed. I even went to the hospital because I wasn't feeling good. The only question that I wanted to ask her was, why did she cheat on me? And she would not give me any response. Why did you break up on me? I was a nice guy. I was yelling because you will not understand. Go down a little bit, please.
I was a nice guy.
You-
Fuck you.
I was yelling because you would not understand me because you were dating this guy. So you didn't care the way you cared and loved before. Okay. So please go down.
No, we're gonna stop there for a minute, and we're just gonna go ahead and break that one down, little buddy. Number one, why did you cheat on me? Number two, why did you break up when you know I was a nice guy? Literally, next sentence. I was yelling because you would not understand me because you were dating this guy. So you didn't care the way you cared and loved before. I raped you. Allegedly. And then she doesn't respond. 1 minute later, he replies, I will send all your photos and videos to council tomorrow.
Go down. Oh, just a little up where it says, I will share your nude photos and stuff.
You dumbass.
No, yeah. No, yeah, that's fine. That's good enough. So, Your Honor, she left me. She broken up with me on March 23rd. She went to India. Okay. There she posts a video. Not she, sorry. Her boyfriend in India posts a video on Instagram, and they are kissing each other and they are hugging each other. Okay. That's when I tried to contact her through the messages.
I don't give a shit if she was getting spit roasted and there was 15 guys lined up waiting to take their turn. Okay, buddy? I really don't give a fuck. Your insecurities are so loud. They scream. They absolutely scream.
Hey there, guys. Editing Paisley checking in. I have been pulling all of my content from the original streaming of this and like my commentary off, but some of it I've had to leave on because, God, I was on fire that night. And I don't want to forget some of it because it's like what I feel like saying still. But anyways, I just wanted to jump in and say that.
And she was not responding me. I was going through hell. Right now, I'm not crying, sir, because these 2 months I have cried a lot. All my tears I wiped away. But those days were very hard for me. When I saw her, he calling her baby, he calling her kissing and like that, hugging her. That was a very difficult moment for me. And I was asking her to please talk to me. I was constantly messaging her because I was not in peace. When I saw that, it was really hurting my feelings. That's the only reason why I said that I will send all your nude photos. And if you don't talk to me, not because here she says that I will share your nude photos if you don't get married to me. I never said that. Okay. Here it says that I will share your nude photos and videos if you don't talk to me. And that was just a prank of her getting serious about it, and then she should talk to me once. As you can see that she about it, that whether I post or not, as she was like begging you like this, it's all drama. If she really cared about her thing, she would have at least talked to me once. And I wasn't really going to do that, and I have not done that. Okay, if she has a proof, she can show it to the court later, but I have not done that. My idea was to just tell her that so that I could at least hear her voice. I have been talking to her for 3 months every single day and night, and suddenly she disappears from my life. It was very difficult for me to, so that's why I said that, so that she could finally respond to my answers that I was asking. Why did you cheat on me? Okay, next exhibit, please.
Next exhibit, like he's a fucking lawyer.
So you want me to do the video next?
I'm not sure what was the next exhibit, whatever it is.
Was it video or audio?
The audio.
the 3-second audio that the interpreter.
That's number 5, because we
Okay.
done went through 1 through 4.
Okay.
So do you need me to do the video again?
Yeah, was that a
Ms.
prank?
Rahman, you
How is
didn't
that a
present
prank?
number 5, did you?
Can you hold on 1 second? Somebody's knocking the door.
No, she didn't do 5. Number 7 is the video, and I think what's after that is 8 and 9, or 9 and 10.
8, 9, 10, 8, 9, and 7, 8, 9, and 10. I don't think 5 or 6 were presented. Were they?
Okay.
5 was presented. It
5
was
was, okay.
that was the Google search your name on Google.
Okay.
And number 6 was also that was the email.
Okay.
that-
Okay. I'm sorry. Couldn't
okay.
remember them.
that's
So
okay.
we're gonna do 5, 6, 5, 6, 8, 7, 8, and 9.
If he asked for one.
Okay.
Ronnie, if you can hear me, we need to proceed.
Oh yeah, sorry. Yes. Next exhibit.
Exhibit 5.
Yes.
Like he
Go down, please. Okay. So my question for Namisha is that did you Google after 2 hours, right? As you said, did you find it on Google?
I
Your Honor,
found
I object that he is
Okay,
not.
okay. Sir, we've already gone past your opportunity to cross-examine.
Okay.
You said you had no questions.
Okay, so she said that she found it on Instagram, and I have not posted anything.
he did.
Our photos and videos. 1 second. Nude photos and nude videos I have not posted on Instagram. The only videos I put was my marriage and my engagement video. That's the only video I put. Okay. She's saying that I put her photos and videos, nude photos and videos. That's not true.
I have the proof, Your Honor.
Okay.
I have sent it to court.
Ma'am.
Please
ma'am,
show it to the court.
Ma'am, you need to talk to your lawyer or whatever, but right now he's testifying. You're not to argue with him, as I didn't allow him to argue with your testimony. All right, go ahead, sir.
Okay, next exhibit. Am I able to see the proof that she's saying that she has the proof?
Sir, you
No?
didn't ask the question on cross-examination. You didn't ask any questions.
No, I did, but then
No, you didn't. I said, do you have any questions for her? And you said, no, you wanted to testify. So now you're testifying.
okay. So this exhibit is irrelevant because as you know that, okay. So Namisha, when did I send you this email? Sorry, can you pull it up again?
Says Monday, May 29th at the top.
May 29 is when she forwarded her email.
It's
She
true. This
forwarded
one
the
she did.
email. That's why it shows the May 29. But this email, Namisha, when did you get this email?
Your Honor, we will
Sir.
stipulate that it says that it was sent on May 22nd. And so if he is, we will take this exhibit out of our argument.
Okay. Yeah, if she testified she received it on the 22nd, you've testified you were served on the 23rd, and they've highlighted, the date is highlighted from the original date of receipt. So that would have been 1 day prior to you being served. So they're withdrawing that item.
Okay, but she said
They're
Saying that,
withdrawing
this-
the item, so there's no need to even talk about it. It's gone.
no, but she's saying that I sent to her family members. That those are my emails. That when I forwarded to, those are my emails
Okay.
and her boyfriend. So I'm not
Okay.
sure what did she mean by saying that it was sent to her family members.
Okay, well, you've testified about it now. So what's your next document?
Next exhibit, please. Okay, as I've already cleared this before, that the only reason why I sent this message is because I just wanted to talk to her and I wanted to ask, oh yeah, sorry. Can you go up a little bit? When she's saying that this text was sent on May 30 and she's saying that I violated the TPO order. Sir, if you look at the picture, on May 30th, a screenshot was taken that's why the date is showing May 30th. But this picture was, this message was sent to her. I can tell you exactly if you just give me a minute. Let me grab that phone one more.
He is admitting left, right, and center, but with the it's like the parole. It's like guilty with a reason. It's like that's not gonna fly here, bud. Also, very, very important, that phone. Let's think about how many phones he has.
This message, this message was sent. You can see the date here. I'm not sure if you could see it.
Not really. If you can enlarge it some, that would help, but I don't know if you can.
Yeah, I can. Let me take a screenshot. Hold on. So you can see that she lied right here that this message was sent on the 29th. She's a bigger liar. I've never seen.
Oh, okay. So it was sent on 29th, not the 30th.
She said on May 30th, she received this message.
Okay.
But the fact is, this message was sent to her on April 11. She took a screenshot on May 30 just to trap me and get me and saying that I violated this the TPO.
Okay.
Were you able to see, sir?
Not really. Can anyone else see it?
Can
let me
is there a way
enlarge. I got to enlarge my view here.
Can I attach attachment here?
Well, all the documents were supposed to be in 24 hours in advance, but try it with the screen again.
Okay.
And I'm gonna change it to speaker view and see if that enlarges it considerably, and it does. Just hold it steady, please. Okay.
Hold it goddamn still.
It does say.
Next exhibit, please. Okay. Now this one, that she's saying that I sent her the message. It was, Your Honor, to be very honest, it was my mistake. I did not mean to text her anything. As you can see, I text few people the same thing and I delete it the same day. On May 28th, I deleted from this person, and even my sister, I sent her the message and I deleted it.
Okay.
Okay. So the thing is that on WhatsApp, I have her as in a group of family, right? So I sent to a lot of people in one time and it just went to everyone in the group. And then I deleted it because the video that I sent, it was my one with the BMW and it was something went wrong with the video. So I deleted it from everyone so they don't see it. Okay. And then I did post it on Instagram, the same video. So I have to accept this, that it was my honest mistake, and I'm not going to lie about that. I can say my mom did it, my uncle did it, my sister did it, but I'm going to accept that because it was my honest mistake. And if
right, let's move on.
Yes.
Here's 4 ways I could lie.
So the last one is the video. I mean the audio. You want to do the audio again?
Yes, because I want the interpreter to translate the entire audio so they could listen to it.
Okay, and I see.
Wait a minute. Now, I understood there was 40 minutes of audio.
No, it's only like it's on. Well, how long was this audio? 10 minutes.
We cut this one down. The original was 40 minutes down to 5 minutes, Judge, but that beginning part was really all that we offered into evidence.
Okay, let me bring that phone right there so I could show you that video that was not 40 minutes. That's a lie.
I don't care.
Okay.
I don't care whether it's 20 or 40. They submitted a very small snippet of that, which I
Okay.
believe was about 3 seconds.
Okay.
Right, and I'm sorry, do have the exhibit 10, the car.
So I was not trying to communicate with her through somebody else. I sent her boyfriend a voice recording, okay? And not to tell her, I never mentioned her name. So if she wants to assume that it was for her, then I don't know what to say about that.
Okay.
Regarding the car, she's saying that this is a new car. I have documentations that this car was bought in 2016. And I did not make this money from selling her videos and make millions of it. Who's gonna pay millions for her? Look at her.
Fuck you, buddy. Fuck you. Look at you. Let's go ahead and take a moment to look at this piece of shit fucking loser. And we know I don't fat shame people because of my own little fat chin here. But he looks fat in that outfit. And he's standing in front of his mom's BMW, which he alluded that he bought with selling the sex tape. But now he's saying that who would want to see her? You did, dude. You did. TPO granted, in my opinion, right? Like, this is so annoying to me. He is such a fucking. I don't know how to put it. It's just like, do you think that is going to go over well? Like, he really just said, look at her. Dude, you're wearing pleated pants. Who's taking the picture? Is it your mom? Your mama taking the picture? I bet it is. I think it is. I know. That's old me. I did leave his phone number in here, but no, you didn't hear that from me.
Who's gonna pay millions for her? Anyways, this car was bought back in 2016. If you like to see the documents, I can show you. And this is not my car. This is my mother's car. She drives that car. And I take a picture, and she said, okay. All right. So this is not a 2023 car. This is an old car.
Anything else, sir?
No. Yes, there is. So she was saying that I gave her a scar on her wrist. Is that true?
Sir, you can't ask questions. You're
can
here
ask
to
questions.
testify. That's what you want me to hear.
Okay. So I did not give her that scar. Okay. She was saying earlier a court was I don't know if you guys noticed or not, but earlier in the recording, the first time when she said she got this scar during the engagement, which was in January. Then she says in the recording that this scar was given on February 22nd. So is it a 22nd of February or is it a January? What is it? Why are you saying two different things?
Okay, now you're arguing. You get a chance to do that later.
Okay. All right. And then she's saying that I raped her multiple times. She said I raped her on
February 22nd and March 22nd, if I recall correctly.
Okay. So
What a bad sign. Oh, if you ever knew that a judge was not leaning in your favor when you talk about when you allegedly raped somebody and the judge knows the date or knows the dates.
she always wanted to have kids with me. I have proof of text messages from her that she wants babies. So if and we also got married. Okay, we also did get married. So how am I supposed to rape her? I mean,
What was the date of your marriage?
marriage was February 27th. And she's saying that I raped her multiple times. That's impossible, sir. Why would I rape my own wife? Okay. She's the one always come near to me whenever she wanted to have sex. And she wanted to have babies. So a girl who wants to have babies, she's not gonna have sex with me. And she's my wife. Why she's marrying me for? Just to take my $75,000 and not give sex? That's
What? We got to go back and listen to that. What is the logic here? You got to break this down. And also, you guys just look at the lawyer's face. She's just like delighting in him, just burying himself here.
wife. Okay. She's the one always come near to me whenever she wanted to have sex. And she wanted to have babies. So a girl who wants to have babies, she's not gonna have sex with me. And she's my wife. Why she's marrying me for? Just to take my $75,000 and not give sex? This is ridiculous, sir. This is all blame on me. I would not rape my wife. If she says no, I have a discipline to accept that, and I will not do it. It's a lie. And I also have a video that she allowed me to take. And she said that she's saying that I forced her on the she said I forced her to have I raped her on 22nd February. But 27th of February, she's having sex with me, and I have a video taken, and she's enjoying the whole time. And I asked her, "Are you having fun?" She said, "Yes." I have the video too. So a girl who was raped on 22nd, and now on the 27th, she's happily having sex with me. And instead of pushing me away, if I was forcing her to have sex.
Who else is just disgusted with this guy? Like, seriously. I don't think he gets it. I don't think he gets it. I don't get it. Does she not have any brothers? Or a sister like me?
In the video, she could have pushed me, right? Or in a video, if you look at it, you will not see that it was forceful sex. She said I was having, I forced her to have sex or raped her on the 22nd. So why on the 22nd, she allowed me to have sex with her? Why didn't she take a police report? Why didn't she got me arrested for it? So that's all I want to say. I have a video. And then she talks about she talks about the videos and all that stuff. She is the one doing FaceTime to me, and I don't know how to say it, but there are females here. She is fingering her thing while I'm on the phone with her. I also have a video of that. She faced.
You son of a bitch, you piece of shit. I didn't catch this part earlier. Again, don't feel embarrassed about that. Do not feel ashamed about that. You are a strong, beautiful woman. You're allowed to touch yourself wherever you want. You know, you will learn from this experience. You will never you shouldn't deal with this again. Like, I think people need to be warned. Who is he going to go after next? I'm really concerned. Also, I see the shame on her face that he's trying to make her feel, and he should be the one ashamed. There's a reason she wasn't on the thumbnail of this video, and he was.
This time she was feeling horny, and she did the fingering to her thing, and she got completely naked, and I have a recording of that too. And in the messages, she knows about it, that she's aware that it's been recorded. I told her, and she was okay with that. And multiple times she sent me her nude photos occasionally. And so my point is that if I was forcing her to have sex, why would she do the fingering with me? Why did let's say if I did force her to show me those fingering thing that she was doing in the camera, why there's no text messages saying that, can you show me, or any type of messages that shows that I forced her? She was happily doing this in front of me. So all these allegations that she's putting on me for the rape is absolutely wrong, because I have a video that shows that she's fingering and sending nudes and everything. And when this happened, I was in Texas. I was not in Georgia. So there's no way I can force her, you know? So that's all I want to say. And then she writes in the complaint that I got married 4 times, 4 engagements. That's wrong. She's my second wife. And
This dude is the worst. Possibly one of the worst I've ever seen in a court case.
so a lot of things that she wrote in this TPO is not related to the protection order. So I'm not even going to argue about that.
He's not an
I'm just
attorney.
trying, she's saying that I trespassed her home on March 24, but I have evidence that I never visited her home on March 24. I went to see her because on the 23rd, on the 22nd of March, she broke the marriage. So as a husband, I was allowed to go because I was living there. I paid her the money to live there. Ever since after we got engaged, until the end of the marriage, the separation, I was staying in her home, and I paid her the money to stay as a roommate or whatever. But I paid half the money to her. So by me going to her apartment, it's not trespassing. And if it was, I should have been given a warning by the police that you cannot trespass. So the allegation that she's putting on me that I was trespassing her, this is her home, that's completely wrong, because I was living there. All my belongings are there, which she took, and she never gave it back to me. And that was the whole purpose of going there, other than to convince her to let's get back together. I'm sorry for whatever happened, all the yelling and misunderstandings we had. That was the only purpose I went there. And if I was angry, if I wanted to do something, how come I didn't do anything to her at that point? And if I did, why didn't she call the police? You know, why didn't she make any reports?
T-Rex, he is a pro se litigant, and he is not cross-examining her because he chose not to. Just like many pro se litigants, forget, they want to just tell their story, and they're like, no, I don't want to ask any questions. I just want to tell you my side of it. Well, he should have grabbed that pencil and paper and written them down and asked the questions, because this is his testimony. This is his statement. So he's allowed to do this in a narrative form because he's pro se. It is his testimony.
So this all allegations, my intention was to just be with her because I loved her. We were getting married, but she got patched up with her boyfriend, and she went to India to see him, posting the videos and on Instagrams and all that. So that's why I got upset, Your Honor. But I did not take any inappropriate action. I did not harm her. I did not slap her. I did not threaten her. I never told her that I will kill you. I never said that I will kidnap her. This is America. Is it really that easy to kidnap a 30-year-old lady? You know, I mean, look at my background. I'm not associated with any thugs or any criminal or bad activity.
Oh, now I think you are.
You know, so for a person like me, it's not going to be possible to kidnap or kill somebody. I don't even.
I checked. It was not possible for me, Your Honor. I called all my people, allegedly, and Nobody would help me. Nobody. I don't know any good thugs. Nothing.
Have a record of saying somebody that I will kill you or kidnap you. You know, I never said that to anyone in my whole life. So she's doing all this just to get TPO. She's
Okay.
she
Is
just
that it, sir?
Yeah.
All right, Ms. Rahman, you have cross-examination.
I do, Judge.
Oh, yes, you do.
Mr. Savani, your testimony today is that you do have these nude photos and videos of your wife. Is that correct?
Say it again. I'm sorry.
You are in possession of nude photos and videos of your wife. Is that
I deleted that.
so? You no longer are in possession of any photos or videos,
No,
and you've deleted them from all devices.
I only had in one devices,
Okay.
which was my main phone.
Okay.
But she does have
Wait
a
minute.
she does have a
Excuse me a minute.
yes.
Sir, you just testified. Now, we didn't see it, but you just testified that you have a video that would show consensual sex. Her
At
question to you was, do you have videos? And you said no.
At that point I had it, but she also has a copy of it.
Okay. So I thought you said, do we want to see it? How can we see it if you don't have it?
Maybe I have it on my computer too, so I will have to see.
Okay. So when you say that you deleted them,
I said I deleted
sure.
it from the phone.
Okay. And I asked you if you deleted them from all devices, and the answer is that you don't know because it may be on your computer. Is that correct?
Maybe on the computer, right? I thought you meant by phone.
Understood. Are you willing today to delete all records of all photos and videos on all devices that you possess?
I'm not sure about that.
Okay. So you're willing to delete all records of all photos and videos on all devices that you possess?
I'm not sure about that.
Okay. So you're willing to keep them for future use if necessary?
Not for future use, for my use if I want to,
Okay.
but not for future use. My personal reasons.
Understood. Now, in that first exhibit of
If I have it on the computer, then yes.
the photograph that I presented as evidence of Miss Lalani in a grave, you said that was not a threat to kill her. Is that correct?
Correct.
Okay. But she is dead in that photo, correct?
No.
That's not a picture of her dead in a coffin.
No, she's just laying down on. She was getting my tattoo done. Okay.
All right. I'm asking very, very specific questions. If the answer.
What? She was getting your telegram? Did you just say? She was lying down? That is the worst. Like, you gotta own it, my dude. You put RIP on her headstone. The very least he didn't do was put a date.
That's not a picture of her dead in a coffin.
No, she's just laying down on. She was getting my tattoo done. Okay.
All right. I'm asking very, very specific questions. If the answer is no, then that's fine. Was there a tombstone in that photograph?
If there's what?
A tombstone, a stone that you put on top of a grave that says "Rest in Peace." Was that in that photograph?
That's in the photograph. Yes.
Okay, great. Now you're talking about.
Because the gold digger at the end, she.
I haven't asked a question, sir.
Yeah. So can I go back to the question? Let me know when I can go back.
I believe you answered my question.
Well, here's how it works. If she asks you a yes or no question,
Okay.
the simplest way, and particularly for the court to understand it, is start with the yes or no answer, or I don't know. You
Okay.
understand?
Then in that
And
case,
then you will have the right to immediately explain your answer if you wish to.
okay. Then in that case, I will take 10 seconds of my time to answer, because then sometimes, you think about it, the answer later when it's too late. So go ahead with the next question.
Are you familiar with the concept of coercion?
I'm sorry?
Are you familiar with the concept of coercion?
Coercion, no.
Are you familiar with the concept of threatening?
Little bit.
Okay. When you admitted that you sent multiple messages to Miss Lalani that you would post her nude photos and videos if she didn't talk to you, would you perceive that to be a threat or a coercion?
I don't know about that, but that's not what my intentions were.
Okay. Now, you also testified that she shouldn't be worried about nude photos because she was sexually active before she met you. Did I understand your testimony correctly?
Could you repeat that again?
You testified that Miss Lalani should not be concerned that you have nude photos and videos of her because she has been previously sexually active with other people other than you.
No, I never said that.
Okay, I have you quoted, and I will repeat what you said. If she was that worried about nude photos, she would not be worried about, she should not be because she had had sex before me. That's what you said on direct exam.
No, I didn't say that.
Yeah, yes, you did, sir.
I
heard
did.
it.
Okay,
Yes.
I don't recall it, but
You did.
okay, I don't recall it. Sorry. Next, please.
It is your testimony today that you have not published the videos and photos that you have. You haven't published them anywhere, correct?
I have. Are you talking about?
Let me make sure I understand, or you understand what the word publish means. That means to distribute them to anyone, not just in a website or a magazine or whatever. It's any distribution of any of the items that she's asking you about.
On the are you talking about the what type of content you're talking about? Our wedding, or you're talking about strictly talking about the nudes?
Nudes.
I sent to her mother and I deleted it right away because her mother, she told me, she told her mother she never had sex with me. Okay. And I have emails that shows that why are you lying to people that we never had any sex? I have a sex video of you. So her mom said, you never had sex with her, you know? And I told her, no, mom, that's absolutely wrong. We did have so many times. And then she wouldn't believe me. And she said, I told her that I have a video as a proof to show you that I have it. So she said, okay, go ahead and send it to me. That was her word. Go ahead and send it to me. And I did send it to her. But then later on, I deleted it because I felt that I should not show it to her mother because, you know, it will be disrespect of her. So I deleted it right away.
Okay.
Okay. And I have a proof that I deleted it.
Okay. Now, your testimony is that you've never physically harmed Miss Lalani. Is that correct?
Correct.
You didn't scratch her.
No.
You've never put your hands on her neck.
Never.
Okay. You've never raped her.
Never.
But you also testified that a person who wants babies and who is married can't be raped.
I never said that.
Yes,
What you
did. Sir, I heard your testimony a little earlier.
But that's not what I meant. She
Oh.
said she wants to have babies. So how she's going to have babies unless she don't have sex with me? She's taking a different meaning out of it. That's not what I exactly said. She said, I was trying to prove you guys that I never had it. I never raped her because she always talked about having babies. So if I raped, I mean, why would a girl wants to get married and then have kids and then saying that I have been raped, you know? And I have a video that on the 22nd, she says she was raped. And on the 27th, she's not raped. She's happy to have sex with me, you know?
So now you do have the video.
I have to check the device, my computer. Because
You
on the
just
phone,
testified under oath. I have the video.
I have
Do
the
you or do
video.
you not
but
have the video?
I think I do have the video.
Okay.
Yes.
All right, Mr.
Just one?
Not from the phone, but not on the phone, but on the computer. When I recalled it, I said, yes, I have it on the computer.
Just one?
All my data is on iCloud, you know? So it was transferred to my computer, all my stuff, because recently I bought a new phone So all my data and everything was transferred. As you can see, this is my new phone, and I don't have any video of her.
Okay, how many videos of the petitioner do you have anywhere on any device or all devices?
I only have one device that I'm using right now.
Okay,
All my-
sir,
Yes.
listen to my question.
Yes,
You have a computer.
yes,
I don't know whether it's a laptop or whether it's a desktop.
desktop.
Okay, you have one or two phones. However many devices you have, what is the total of any videos that you may have of the petitioner?
So on this phone, I don't know. I mean, I don't have it for sure, but on the computer, I have to check.
How many would you estimate that you have?
One probably.
How many pictures?
Pictures, nude or the wedding?
Nude.
Nude, like everything is all backed up, so I have to check and see what's there. I have to open it.
50, 100?
Nude photos and the video she sent me, they were total of less than 50, I would say.
Okay, more than 30?
Yes.
Okay. And you believe they're all on your hard drive on the computer?
Yes, most likely, because I backed up my my
Okay.
phone because I was switching to a new phone.
All right. I just wanted to try and clarify it for myself.
Okay.
Go ahead, Ms. Rahman.
And just to be clear, the iCloud or the cloud can be accessed on any device, any smart device. Correct?
I'm not sure about that.
So just for example, my iCloud can be accessed on my phone, on my computer, on my iPad, on my phone, it's on my watch, etc. Are you saying, are you a computer? What is your career, sir?
Right now I have no job. I have no career.
What type of job do you qualify for?
To work on a restaurant?
So you have no degrees or experience working with computers, is that correct?
No.
Okay. All right. Now, moving on to when you were served. You said that you have a text message from an officer. You were served in Texas with this protective order. Is that correct?
I was served, yes.
And that officer messaged you, and I believe that you went and picked up the papers. They told you that there were some papers there for you to get, and you went and got them. Is that correct? Or did they come to your home?
They came to my home, they put a notice, and I was out of town. And when I came back, I realized, the sticker on the thing, and I called the officer, and because there was also a phone number there, and I called the officer, and then he did not respond, so I texted him, and then he called me right back, and then he said he has a paperwork, and I said, okay, I will pick it up.
Okay, and you went and picked it up on May 23rd.
Yes, May 23rd.
Okay, and you read through the paperwork, is that correct?
Yes.
And you understood after reading through the paperwork that you were to have no contact or communication with Miss Lalani, is that correct?
No, I was not completely clear because I thought this was just the a notice that was supposed to given to me. I didn't know completely,
You didn't notice the judge's signature and that at the top it said order?
Because that's why I asked her in the previous court that am I supposed to contact her when she was having the video call with me. I asked her that is this currently active, because I wasn't sure that, because the issue, it has not been issued yet. That's why we are here for, right? But then she informed me that it's already been issued, and then so I don't understand that if it's already been issued, so then why are we here today? I mean,
I explained that about 2 hours ago, that this was a temporary order
okay,
that was entered on that date by another judge. And today we're hearing whether or not there's sufficient evidence for me to extend it
okay,
for 12 months from today's date.
okay, okay,
That's why we're here.
okay.
The first one was done after hearing only from one party. That the law allows that in family violence, domestic violence cases.
Mhm.
But we have to have the hearing within 30 days because it prohibit you from doing certain things. And because you were supposed to be restrained under that order, that's why we have this hearing after you've had notice. And that's why we're having the one today to determine this is your due process to determine whether or not that one should have been issued or not issued.
Okay. So I was just a little confused about it. Thanks for explaining me this.
Okay.
Okay.
In that ex parte, that emergency protective order that was issued on May 11th, the judge initialed, there's 12, 13, and 14. There's 3 paragraphs. Number 14 says that respondent, that's you, is ordered not to have any contact, direct, indirect, or through another person with the petitioner by telephone, fax, email, or any other means of communication, except as specified in this order. That's on page 3, number 14. So you admitted and acknowledged that you did send a WhatsApp message to Miss Lalani on May 28th. Is that correct?
I sent it to people in my family group, and she was part of it. And it sent all of them. As soon as I realized, I deleted, especially first message from her, and then the rest.
So you did realize that you were not supposed to have contact with her.
No, I realized that I sent her by mistake, and I'm not supposed to send her any messages because we whether it's TPO or not, we are not talking anymore. So I deleted it right away.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. You're very, is it safe to say that you're very upset that Miss Lalani is in a relationship with this gentleman, Vinay?
I was, but not anymore. I was upset, and anybody will get upset. If your husband cheats on you, obviously you'll get upset. If he sleeps with another woman, obviously you're going to be upset, right? What kind of question is that?
Sir, just answer the question.
Yes.
You're not going to argue.
Yes, I was upset that my wife cheated on me, and I was.
All right. You're very, is it safe to say that you're very upset that Miss Lalani is in a relationship with this gentleman, Vinay?
I was, but not anymore. I was upset, and anybody will get upset. If your husband cheats on you, obviously you'll get upset. If he sleeps with another woman, obviously you're going to be upset, right? What kind of question is that?
Sir, just answer the question.
Yes.
You're not going to argue.
Yes, I was upset that my wife cheated on me, and she's kissed him and hugged him and had sexual relationship with him previously and now. Yes, I was upset, but not anymore.
Okay. Your Honor, I have nothing further for this.
All right. Anything else from either side?
Your Honor, I would like to have some brief argument if you're, I don't know if he wants to have any argument, but.
Okay, you may proceed.
Judge, very briefly, I know this has been a spirited and long hearing, and so I'll keep my comments brief. But the statute for family violence, of course, requires that there is a relationship between the parties. These parties, by both parties' admission, had a relationship, a sexual one, and potentially a marital relationship as well. My client testified about repeated incidents of abuse that are defined in the family law statute of the DV statute, including but not limited to false imprisonment, battery, and assault. She testified to him hitting her, choking her, raping her, and it is very clear from his testimony that he doesn't believe that consent can be withdrawn with respect to sex. Unfortunately, I have experience with people like this who believe that once you're married, that's carte blanche consent to have sex whenever you want. That if you were children, you can have sex whenever you want, and that's just not true. Married people are raped all the time by their spouses. And so, frankly, I found his testimony to be quite offensive, and just frankly, his behavior today has been abusive and harassing in front of the court. And so I'm worried about my client and what would happen outside of the purview of this court. It is clear that he has admitted to violating this order. If he were here in a courtroom present today, I would ask that he be arrested for violating this order. He admitted to it. That was just one violation. There were others as well. This man has no respect for the court's orders. Frankly,
pardon me for interrupting, but when you say there were others, the ones that he has documented actually did precede the service
The email did, Judge, but not the, so the April 11th message that we now saw, that was perhaps my misunderstanding because I saw the date, but there was one other, really quickly.
It was a lie, not a misunderstanding.
Okay, sir, be quiet.
Okay.
The only other evidence that
I'm just asking you specifically which other dates were in fact post-service.
the audio recording that we presented, my client testified that I believe was on the 25th of May. And then there was the WhatsApp message that was on the 28th.
Okay, so total of 2.
Yes, Judge.
Okay, I just want to make sure I knew what number.
Yes,
And
Judge.
he said one was by mistake. He immediately deleted. So the only other one that was not deleted was an audio message sent to a third party that ultimately got to your client.
Correct. And Your Honor,
An indirect contact.
yes, Judge.
Okay, I just wanted to summarize so I knew which ones you're talking about. Thank you. Go ahead.
Absolutely. There was one also, I just want to remind the court of one other incident which happened in open court, well, on Zoom court at the annulment hearing. And I believe that I did speak with the attorney, Miss Lalani's attorney in the annulment, and she did say that the judge notated that she asked Mr. Savani to stop speaking directly to Miss Lalani due to the protective order. So I believe that that is part of the court record, that there was also a violation on that date. That was last week, Judge. And so again, I would just like to respectfully offer to the court that I believe that this man has no respect for court orders. He's admitting and acknowledging on the one hand that he read the paperwork and that he knows that it says that he's not supposed to have contact with her. And yet he also is admitting that it was a mistake that he did. We are also have heard some pretty damaging testimony about these nude photos and videos, and I would certainly offer that as emotional abuse. I know that that is a little bit outside of the purview of the domestic violence statute, but certainly it is harassing, coercing, and quite emotionally disturbing for my client, who is very worried about her safety, as she said, physical safety, as well as her dignity and emotional health moving forward. So we respectfully ask that this court order a 12-month order, and if Your Honor finds that he has violated the ex parte, that you would consider extending that 12-month order for longer as well.
Well, one point regarding allegations of emotional abuse, standing by itself, you're correct, maybe outside our purview, coupled with allegations of physical and verbal, then it's all one package. So it's not 100% out of our purview, but standing alone, yes, it would be. All right. And I have no authority whatsoever at this date. Even if I found there was a need to, I have no authority at all to extend it to even a 3-year order as requested. That will have to be done at some point. If an order is entered, it's recommended that petitioner file somewhere around the 10th month to show what has occurred during that initial period in order to justify that. So I can't do an extra long one today if I do one at all.
Understand, Judge. Thank
you.
All
right, sir, this is time for a very brief argument. You don't have to go through everything that you've already told me. I've got a pretty good memory of what both sides have presented to me, but you're allowed to tell me why you think I should not grant the order.
One thing I forgot to mention is that she said that I violated the order of protection when I was talking to her a few days ago in the annulment case. So this is a false accusation on me. I was calling a god's name, okay? Because my father is Hindu and my mom is Muslim. So I believe in both gods, Muslim gods and Indian gods. So I was calling upon God and I said Hanuman, just in myself, with my mouth. And she thought I was talking to her. So okay. There's nothing I can do about that.
All right, that's fine. Go ahead.
If I say Har Mahadev today.
Move on. I said I understand. Move on, please.
Okay. Now, as far as the messages sent to her on the I'm not sure what date it was that I deleted it. It was a mistake because she was added into my family members on WhatsApp.
Okay, I
And
got it.
So
got
it wasn't, and I deleted right away. I did not contact her after that or during that time. So I was also a little confused because I didn't have a lawyer, right? So I was a little confused about this order of protection or whatever TPO. So I was not 100% sure. And I thought this was just the order of protection that doesn't allow me to go nearby, or maybe it's not completely been given. So I was a little confused. That's why when I was having the conversation with her in the last court date, I asked her that hasn't been this been issued, like and she said yes. So I was still confused about that. And regarding the recording that she's saying that I sent to her boyfriend, I did not mention her name. I was just talking to him. There was a 15 minutes video audio, and I have not asked him to tell Namisha that. So she's blaming on me, So I don't know what else to say.
All right. The court, having heard evidence presented by both parties in the form of oral testimony.
Okay, do you guys want to get your guesses in right now if you think that he is going to issue this TPO? I feel sort of silly asking that question, but does anybody think this is not going to get issued? What a horrible, horrible, horrible man. Yeah, what a fucking dick. Anyways, do you guys, any of you think that this will not be issued? And also, Lisa, I just laughed really hard when you said that earlier. Was it Lisa? Yeah. One thing I forgot to mention, Your Honor, is I only shared her pics because my dick pics are too small. And you know what? We don't actually care about the size of your dick for the most part, ladies. Isn't that true? We don't care about the size of your dick. But when you act like a dick, we care.
As well as some documentary evidence having been presented to the court, some of which does not support the allegations that were made in the petition, but some of which does. It doesn't require that each and every item that they've alleged be factually correct. But if some of them are believed by the court to be correct, then I can issue a 12-month order, which is what I will be doing. It is a 12-month order, sir, that just prohibits you from having any contact whatsoever, direct or indirect, with the petitioner. So if you have group texts, group emails, whatever you have that have the petitioner's name in it, I suggest you get rid of those today and form a new group. Any contact that you may have with her in the future could be considered a felony under Georgia law, stalking, which is punishable by up to 10 years in prison and or a $10,000 fine. Do you understand that? Sir, do you understand that?
Yes, sir. Yes.
Okay. Yeah, I saw you were on mute when I asked that. I apologize. All right. The respondent is also ordered you have to stay 100 yards away, minimum of 100 yards. You come within 100 yards, you're subject to arrest for misdemeanor or felony charges. You are prohibited. There's also a criminal statute in Georgia that prohibits the unapproved or authorized release of sexual content, pictures, videos, whatever, of a third party, another party, without their permission. And apparently that is at least under investigation, is what I understood previously. Whether it's happened or not, distribution or publishing means sending them even to a third party. It doesn't mean sending them to a porn site. It's not limited to that. It's if you send it to friends, family, strangers, whoever, that is a distribution, and that will be prohibited under this order. So if they find content out there at any time, you could be subject to contempt of court. you could be subject to criminal charges. Do you understand?
Yes.
And it doesn't matter if you're there in Texas. They may,
Correct.
well, I bet you Texas has a similar law as well. So wherever you are, pretty much in the United States, that it is possible to occur if you were to violate this order. Do you possess or own any guns, any firearms?
No.
Okay. You are prohibited under federal law during this 12-month order from possessing or owning any firearms or even applying for a
Even-
license.
Oh, apply. Okay.
If you apply for one, then that is also a violation under federal law, and you can be prosecuted in federal court for that.
Okay.
Okay, is there any part of, or in addition, Mr. Ellis is here. He is listed on the Zoom here as compliance officer. And there will be a part of this order that will require you to attend family violence intervention program. And he will explain all details for that. I realize there's some geography issues, but I'm sure it's not the first one that he's had to deal with if you are now living in Texas. So he will be speaking with you in just a few minutes to get some basic information so that y'all can go over that as to what your requirements will be under that program.
What is the program called again? I'm sorry.
Family Violence Intervention Program. And he is our compliance officer. Compliance officer means that he is keeping check to make sure you do what you're supposed to do under the order. And if you fail to do it, then you are also subject to contempt of court for failing to do what you're supposed to do under this order. Do you
Now,
understand?
how long is this program for?
24 weeks.
Okay.
And he, like I said, he will give you all the details on that as to how that works. But I just wanted to introduce you. It's Mr. Ellis. He will be talking with you in just a minute. They're going to put you in a breakout room just to go over that basic information.
Mhm.
All right. Anyone have any questions about the order that I'll be entering? I will enter it hopefully this afternoon and perhaps file it with the clerk's office by this afternoon, but they will only distribute voluntarily the copy of the order to the petitioner. So, Mr. Savani, if you want a copy of it, which I strongly suggest that you do, all you have to do is email the clerk's office and they will answer that request with a copy of this order.
Okay, Your Honor, I have a question.
Yes, sir.
So she said I tossed her harm or killed her and I threatened her to kill her and stuff. All
Sir.
this that has been proven. So why do
Sir,
we need to take this
Sir,
program?
sir, we just had a hearing.
Yeah.
I deemed some of her evidence to be credible and supportive of the allegations that she made. Not all of them. You countered some of those allegations with evidence yourself.
But the evidence was
There is sufficient evidence. It only takes one. It only takes one item, if I believe that occurred, for me to enter this order. Many were alleged, not all were proven. It doesn't matter which ones, you're still under the same order.
so which evidence that she provided that I'm getting this order of protection? I mean, I never.
I believe that you made a picture of her in a coffin that would imply to anyone that they were dead. I believe that you communicated with her at least 2 occasions post-service. And I believe that you may have had that physical altercation as to the scar on her arm. I
you
don't
saying
even,
that I did that?
sir, I'm not going to sit here and itemize. There are too many.
Okay.
I've given you 4 or 5 that were sufficient for me to enter this order. I do believe that the volume of communications that you had, that alone was harassing in nature and sufficient for me. I mean, multiple. She's had to delete 75 numbers, I believe she said. And you said I got 1 million. So that to me is all part of why I'm entering this order. Have a nice day. Talk with him, petitioner, counsel, interpreter. Everyone's excused except for Mr. Ellis is going to talk with Mr. Savani, and he'll be excused in about 5 minutes.
Thank you,
Thank
Judge.
you.
Thank y'all.
That was that, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you so much for joining me this evening for finally getting this case done on KCC 2.0. It is almost 2 o'clock in the morning on the East Coast of the United States, Estados Unidos, which is where I am right now. I think we figured out a little bit of my computer issues. A big, huge shout out to Mike, as usual, for helping me with my computer. Also, a shout out to all of you for being here. I really appreciate it and I enjoy hanging out with you. These are good cases for us to go over again because every time we watch them, I think of something new. I hear about, it's interesting. Now, tomorrow I'm going dancing in the evening and I think I have something else planned during the day, but I'm going to try and do a stream as well. But I'm just not sure what the time will be. So make sure that you've got notifications turned on. Oh my God. Whew. I'm not usually tired, but I actually woke up at like 8:30 this morning to do some work. Because I did say this was a working vacation. Anyways, listen, you guys, I love you so, so much. Please remember that. Actually, wait. I fucked it up. Fucked it up. Is it? No. Seriously, please remember that I love you. I'm proud of you. And I will see you tomorrow. Love you. Bye. Also, yes, it was Larry Beaver that chewed through all the cords, and that's been my problem. All my cords were chewed through.